This week we're going over household items, rooms, and we're going to go over the verb honey. So let's get started here. So the learning objective for this is you'll be able to understand basic rooms within the house and then household items within those rooms. We'll also talk about what household items or rooms you have, what household items or rooms somebody else has, and if I'm asking you, you'll be able to ask them what household items or rooms they have. So let's go over just rooms in general. Rooms inside the house. So we have wuruchkus hakohi, which would be the attic. And like wuruchkus is like a gathering, and it also means like a pocket. When you start just throwing stuff in your pocket, you would use that. Okay, hakohi is room. The next one is changure, which is the bathroom. All right. After that, we have the waruch ho'un, which is the kitchen. Then we have the basement, makuha, which would be the basement. For the living room, hominak hakohi. It's like the sitting room. Minak is to sit down, right? And when you put a ho in front of it, it means like inside. So they're talking about like a sitting room, living room. Hominak hakohi. Then you have the hona hakohi. Hona hakohi. Na is to sleep. Okay, so it's like when a sleeping room. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to go over some items within each of those rooms, and I'm only going to go over 3 of them. There's going to be 3 slides, so 4 slides total, but for each slide I'm just going to go over some of the basics that you guys would usually have in a living room, in a kitchen, in a bedroom, in the changare, okay? If you guys want to go and print this out, these PDFs, you'd go to www.hochunk.org. You click on the Learning Center, then you click on textbooks, and then you download the daily life PDFs. And this is on page 208 in that daily life PDF. All right, so let's get started here. This is a waminak. And then we have a waminak sarach. Sarach is like long. So a couch is like a long chair. Chair, waminak sarach, long chair. Then we have a hokiwagach, hinchgachga coke. Hokiwagach, hinchgachga coke. That is a TV. Hokiwagach is pictures. Hinchgachga is like moving, and coke is a box. So it's pictures moving in a box. Okay. Next we have the waruch ho'un, the kitchen. For a sink, you would call it a waske horuja. Waske horuja. Horuja is like to clean, to wash kind of thing. So it's like when you put your hands, or these are like to wash dishes, because waske is like plate. Okay. Then we have the waja sani coke. Waja sani coke. Waja is something, sani is cold, and coke is box. So it's like a cold box. Okay. Then we have the waruch. So if you can see here, waruch is food, waruch is table. Okay, 2 A's. You have to take that A's a little bit farther. Waruch, table. Next we have your bedroom, hona hakohi. We have a wa'i. Wa'i is blanket. Okay. Then we have waini, which is clothes, waini. For dresser, then, it would be waini hoju. Waini hoju. You're putting your clothes inside something, okay? So that would be dresser. Next, we have the changare. So we have changare wagach, toilet paper, and this is like changare, toilet paper. And then we have the nap horuja. Nap horuja. So nap is your hands, and then you're washing your hands, okay? So that's the sink, nap horuja. And then for soap, it's nap hiruja. Nap hiruja. So not poruja inside, not hiruja is the soap. Alrighty? All right, now we're gonna go over a verb. It's called honey. You can use this all the time if you want. It's a good high frequency verb to use. So when I'm talking about myself, I would say honey, honey. If I'm asking you, I'd say hashini. If I'm talking about him, her, it, I'd say honey. Okay? All right, so let's practice. So if I'm talking about myself, I'm going to say, I have a fridge. I have a fridge. So let's go back here and let's figure out, how do we say fridge? Okay? It's waja sini coke. Waja sini coke. Okay? So let's move forward here. So I would say I have a fridge. So waja sini coke. How do you say in Ho Chunk? If you said hija, you're right. Great job. If you weren't sure, it's fine. So waja sini coke. Hija, and then I have honey. Waja sini coke. Hija honey. I have a fridge. Now I'm going to ask you, do you have a blanket? Do you have a blanket? How would we say this? So blanket in Ho Chunk is wa'i. Wa'i. Remember, is hija. And then you put the verb last, right? So it would be wa'i hija hashani. Wa'i hija hashani. Now, if you say it kind of faster, that H is going to be kind of silent. So it'd be like wa'i hija hashani. Wa'i hija hashani. Okay, you can say it waja or wa'i hija hashani, but it's kind of like blocky. You know, if you want to have a smooth question or a smooth way to say it, it'd be wa'i hija hashani. Okay. All right. Third person, honey. He, she, it, has, or have. Hanį has some toilet paper. Hanį has some toilet paper. Now, if you remember TSOV, the subject comes first. So we're talking about Hanĩ. The object is the toilet paper. Now we have some in here. So we're not going to use hija. We're going to say hiske for some. That's how you say some in Ho Chunk. And then you end it with the verb, right? Honey. So we would say Hanĩ ga, because remember after names you put the ga after it. Hanĩ ga, we're talking about toilet paper, so it'd be changare wagach, some, hiske, and then he has it, Hanĩ, so it'd be honey. Hanĩ ga changare wagach, hiske honey. Okay, there's another way that you can say this. You can say a honey, and then maybe that's a question that we can go over with the eminent speakers, because then that's just another different verb. But it's I guess is how you learned as like from your eminent speaker or whatnot. But yeah, we'll go over that more. But for this lesson, just go ahead and just put the name in there. Hanĩ ga changre wagach hiske honey. Okay, so Hanĩ has some toilet paper. All right, last one. Go ahead, grab a paper and pencil, write these down. If you need to go back and flip towards like how do you say table, dresser, or soap, you know, go ahead and write those down. And then remember, I have the verb. So these verbs come last. So when you get a chance, go ahead and write these down. And when you're ready, then start the video and then we'll go over it. So sentence 1 is I have a table. Sentence 2 is do you have a dresser? Then sentence 3 is Hanĩ has some soap. Okay, so go ahead, pause it when you're ready, start it, and we'll go over the answers. All right, guys, I have a table is waruch hija honey. Waruch hija honey. Okay. Sentence 2, do you have a dresser? It is waini hoju hija hashani. Waini hoju hija hashani. Okay, and then the third question is Hanĩ has some soap. So we would say Hanĩ ga na piruja hiske honey. Hanĩ ga na piruja hiske honey. Alrighty? All right, guys. Well, I hope you got something out of this video. This week, we're going to have our eminent speaker session on Wednesday. Please join us. We're going to go over some questions about household items, household rooms, maybe even back in the day when they had a chiporoke, what was inside their homes, you know, what was some items that they used to use all the time. Then we're going to have Hoyt practice. So anything that you guys don't understand yet, we'll go over that Wednesday at 6:30. It's for all ages and all learners. We have stuff there for little kids. We have stuff there for beginners, for intermediate, anything. You guys are all welcome. Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. And then we have our Instructor Technology Thursdays with instructors. It's a fun interactive game. So go ahead, look at the modules, just, research some stuff, look at everything, and then we'll have a fun game. It's a nice and non-stressful game. Well, maybe stressful if you're like really competitive, but it's a fun game. We also have our Waga Khaja Haicha Hoyt A after school language, and they do some fun interactive games for the youth, and those are posted after school. All right, some extras. The Ho Chunk Language Podcast by Hanį, available on most podcast platforms. So check them out, guys, and I hope you enjoy this video. That's all I have for today. Jego kira wani ginampui. Nigeshke wani ginamp. Shana. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, let us know. Any check, Jay.